It's been it's taken so much for Loyola to get to this point, from the team that's captured the nation's attention to that little nun in the huddle, Sister Jean, who's really captured the nation's heart. It's been an amazing thing to see, and now the Loyola Ramblers are ready to do what they do best in their next game, and that is pull off an upset. The team arrived at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio yesterday for their first practice. Coach Porter Moser talked about how far it took to get them there, the same place as mentor Rick Majerus took his Utah team to the Final Four. The Ramblers no doubt dazzled by seeing their logo all over downtown, but this is also a new experience for their opponents, players at Michigan, their first Final Four since 2013. Loyola making history of their own, and they're doing it with homegrown kids from Chicago schools. Coach Moser thinks that's what makes this team so special.
And they're like, if I heard this one time, I heard it 1,000 times. I'm from Chicago. I had no idea Loyola's campus was this nice. So we started this process of that. Dante came, then Lucas came, and now we've had a number. Cameron Krubig's from Illinois, Christian Negron's from Illinois. So I think it's becoming cool to stay home.
And these Chicago kids really do have the city buying in literally. Can't believe I'm saying this, but the Loyola Ramblers have a chance to be in the national championship game and win a title, their first in 55 years. That is just wild to even utter from my mouth right now. Here to break it all down for us, Montezz Allen with Urban Broadcast Media. Talking some keys to the game here. When you see Loyola out there, what do they have to do to beat Michigan in this game?
Well, look, Michigan shoots in transition 40% from the three-point range. So they obviously have to get back. They have to stop the ball in transition. They have to run the shooters off of the three-point line. So I think that's one of the major keys. And also you have to understand that Michigan is one of the highest defensive rated teams in the tournament. So look, they have a problem when it comes to guards. They know how to stop guards. So look, I think Loyola has to do the same job they've been doing in terms of spacing the floor, pounding the paint, and Richardson. He has to knock down threes. Against Kansas State, 23 points, 6 for 7 from 3, and we all know this. They have heart, and heart, you can't teach that.
You really can't.
You can't teach heart. No. And when buns get tight, Final Four, you can't teach it when the lights are bright. Yeah. So I feel like they have to continue to go with their game plan and don't go away from that. And I feel like they can be successful.
What about this Michigan team? You look at them, what scares you most?
Three-point shooting. Yeah. Three-point shooting, three-point shooting, three-point shooting. Like I said, in transition, 40%. And that's deadly in a tournament of this nature when you're talking about college kids. So if they can continue to shoot well from 3, but we all know you can live by the 3 and you can die by the 3.
That's right.
So that's one of the major keys. That's what I would be fearful of. But at the end of the day, when buns get tight, when it's the Final Four, you have to come to play. And that's one thing we know about Loyola Chicago. Michigan, too, because obviously they're here. They're on a 13-game winning streak. But when buns get tight, you have to play. And I've seen that from Loyola.
All right, real quick, I need your game prediction. What's going to happen tomorrow, Saturday, 5:09 p.m.? Game tips off. Who wins?
I'm sorry. I know I'm from Detroit.
Uh-oh.
Michigan is a 5.5-point favorite. I have to go with Michigan.
Wow.
I have to go with Michigan. I know I just boosted Loyola up. I just think at the end of the day, the talent level. I think at the end of the day, I think talent does take over.
You think talent takes over? He says, hail to the victors. Well, I am going to go with, if I can get this zipper to come down. Hold that for me real quick. Hold that for me.
There we go.
We're going with the Ramblers, baby. All the way, Ramblers go to the national championship game. I think it's going to be Villanova they play. It's sure to be a fun matchup.